Principal Ness.
I just would like to thank everyone for coming out to support student workers and graduate students and alumni from this esteemed institution. The Graduate Center for Worker Education, as John said, has been around for well over 30 years. And the students are real people. We have people who are suffering as a consequence of its changeover, where we have an empty institution where we have many students who really need a degree and are hankering for the resolution to this problem, which we are only seeking at this point. We come here as peaceful people. We're here to demonstrate our concern, as the name of the group is the Committee of Concerned Students, Alumni, Faculty, and Staff, and I see every one of those entities here as real people. And so we're calling on CUNY to start addressing this significant problem, and we're calling on a real negotiation, a discussion with the people who matter. They are students, they're graduates, and so forth. Thank you very much, and I will turn it over to Tavia.
I would like to introduce our representative from Rock US, Manda.
Yes, thank you so much, thanks a lot. My name is Fekak Mamdo. I am the co-director and the co-founder of Rock United, Restaurant Opportunity Center United. And we are a non-profit organization that starts after 9/11, after the tragedy of 9/11. Me, myself, I used to work at the building. I lost 73 of my brothers and sisters at the World Trade Center. And after 9/11, we want to start a center where we can help the displaced workers and the family of the deceased one. And we couldn't find any better place than the place in 99 Hudson, where Joe and Manny and everybody invite us to be there and to start this movement. Today we are in 32 states with 10,000 members. We start at 2 people, me and Saru, at that center, and now we grow so fast. We need not just this center to open or reopen, we need more centers like this. Amen. Thank you so much.
I'd like to introduce our esteemed alumni and a champion for workers' rights and human rights as a whole, Councilman Jumaane Williams.
Hey, as mentioned, my name is Jumaane Williams. I'm proud to represent the 45th District, in which Brooklyn College sits in. I'm even more proud to be a twice alumni of the college. And I'm even more proud to have graduated from the Graduate Center for Worker Education. If it wasn't for people like Professor Wilson and Professor Ness and everybody in that program, I may not have had the master's degree that I have today. In addition, they call Brooklyn College, they used to, the poor man's Harvard, because you get a wonderful education here, but you don't spend the Harvard money. And there are people who look like me, there are people who look lighter than me, there are people who make a little bit more money, a little bit less money, but everybody had access to quality education in Brooklyn College, and that's why I'm here today. I'm concerned and want to make sure that the people who had access to this education continue to have access to the education, continue to have access to the space in the city that worked for working people and working families so they can get to work and get to school. There's intangibles about having different campuses where people can experience different things as they go through their education. So that's my concern today. I'm hoping that the president, I'm hoping that the chairperson will continue discussions. We'll make sure that those discussions include everybody who's affected by what's going on today, to make sure that as we move forward, those same accesses are available. I believe a lot of this started with charges of wrongdoing several years ago. As far as that's concerned, it's been a few years. I'd like to see it already. Like, let's either see what it is, or let's move on to do what we need to do, which is educate the people of New York City and educate the people who are paying beautiful money to get a beautiful education in a beautiful college. Thank you so much.
Anyone else? We had another alumni who wants to speak, but he wanted to bring his children.
No, that's good.
All right, Professor Leberstein, who's one of the founders of the program.
Hi, it's wonderful to see all of you here today. Thank you for coming, and it's wonderful especially to see so many of my former students in this program. I'm not actually a founder of the graduate program. I was the founder of the City College Undergraduate Center for Worker Education, where I served as executive director for over 20 years. And since I retired, the only place for me where I really wanted to teach was at the Graduate Center for Worker Education. I've been there for 8 years, and with everyone else who taught there at that time was laid off. We were all purged, so there are some issues certainly for us, and I think there's some issues for students who were deprived of the people who had devoted their time and their energy and their commitment to doing what Jumaane Williams talked about, which was giving working people an opportunity to earn the credential and the skills and the knowledge necessary for them to be in a better position to contribute to their own communities in the city and to help to make the city a more democratic city rather than what it is. And as Paolo and others have pointed out, the attack on this program is part of a larger pattern of attacks on worker education and programs for workers and underserved people throughout the country. This morning I was somewhat shocked to read in the newspaper that of the 26 states so far in this country, more than half had opted not to extend Medicaid as part of the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, and that the largest group of people who would be affected by that were African Americans living in poverty. This is no different. The majority of people in this program served were people of color, predominantly women. And so you can see, even though it may sound to the casual observer that these things are not connected, in fact they are very much connected as part of that pattern of attacks on our democracy, and we should stand up for our democracy and restore this program. That's why I'm here.
And I'd like to introduce one more alumni, Leon Cattle, who brought his 2 children.
Yay! Yay! How are you?
Hi, pleasant good day. My name is Leon Cattle. I'm a graduate from Brooklyn College, Workforce. It was very difficult for me, but the area, the perfect location. It took me a little while. I was at 99 Hudson, then we moved over to 25 Broadway. So one of my professors, he gave me a hard time, but yet still they give me the resources. They give me the necessary resources to make it through. And I proudly graduated. Now I'm working at McEvers College, and they were very young, and they give me the opportunity to be traveling right there where my work was, so I'll be able to get a better education. I'm grateful for that. Thank you.
All right, Leon, thank
you. Another esteemed professor.
Alumni.
Professor Johnson.
First of all, I want to thank everyone for coming out. My name is Kevin Johnson. I'm a graduate of the program in 1993. Also graduated from Brooklyn College undergraduate in 1974. We have come together this afternoon to challenge what the president has decided to do with such a wonderful program. And make no mistake about it, ladies and gentlemen, this is orchestrated, it was planned, and they have intentions to do away with this program. But 3 things we will not do. We will not give out, we will not give up, and we will not give in until we receive some justice. As the prior speaker said, this program has equipped so many people to go forth and do great things. I say this very humbly. After receiving my master's from this program, I was fortunate to become a major part of city government, eventually serving as assistant commissioner in city government. So they do equip you to have the necessary skills to go forth and to fight for people. Education is power. And ladies and gentlemen, we cannot give out, we cannot give up, we cannot give in. The struggle is everywhere. There is no shelter in the rear.
Yeah.